Smart women follow these 7 rules. Hello everyone, it's so good to be here today sharing space and energy with you all. Let me tell you something. Life is too short, too precious, and too full of potential for us to live on autopilot. Every intelligent, ambitious, and powerful woman I know lives by a set of core principles, rules, if you will, that guide her on her path. Today, I'm here to share 7 of those guiding rules with you. These aren't just suggestions or cliches. They're keys to unlocking your fullest potential, stepping into your greatness, and living the life you truly deserve. Own your power. Let me tell you, there's a moment in every woman's journey when she has to look herself in the mirror and ask, am I going to play it small, or am I going to step fully into everything that's meant for me? Owning your power begins right there, in that exact moment. It starts when you stop waiting for someone else to give you permission, stop asking for approval, and stop second guessing what you already know deep in your core. You are enough. I want to say that again for the people who need to hear it. You are enough. Not as others think you should be. Not as the world says you must be, but as you are, right now, right here, in all your brilliance, your chaos, your beauty, and your truth. Stop apologizing for your greatness. Why do we do this? Why do we shrink ourselves to make others feel secure? Why do we suppress our ideas, our talents, our aspirations? Somewhere along the way, someone told us we were too much. Too loud, too driven, too daring, too bold. And so many of us began to play small. But from this moment on, I want you to stop saying, I'm sorry, when you've done nothing wrong. Stop apologizing for taking up space, for having ambition, for dreaming big. Stop turning down your brilliance just because you're afraid it might overwhelm someone else. Your light was never meant to be dimmed. It was meant to shine. Your voice is your strength. Owning your power means using your voice and speaking your truth. How many times have you bitten your tongue because you didn't want to disrupt the peace? How many moments have you stayed quiet when your soul was screaming to be heard? Smart women understand that their voice is their weapon, their tool, and their platform. Use it. Speak up in that meeting. Advocate for yourself during that conversation. Say no when you mean no, and yes when the opportunity thrills and terrifies you at the same time. When you find your voice and use it, you don't just change your own life. You inspire others to speak up too. Own your choices and your power over them. That's another layer of claiming your strength, taking full responsibility for your life. I get it. It's not always easy. Life throws curveballs. People disappoint. Plans fall apart. But here's what I've realized. The most powerful women I know never allow life to just happen to them. They take the wheel. They know they may not have control over everything, but they always control how they react. You get to decide every single day who you are, how you want to show up, and what kind of energy you will bring into every room. Don't hand that power to anyone else. When you enter a room, take up your space. Step into it fully, not with arrogance, but with certainty. Walk in knowing you belong there. Know you are just as worthy, just as intelligent, and just as deserving as everyone else in that space. too often, we enter rooms and start doubting ourselves. Do I deserve to be here? What if I mess up? Am I good enough? Let me tell you something right now. You belong in every room you walk into. And if that room doesn't welcome you, build your own. Create your own table. Set your own stage. Because no one else determines your worth but you. You define it, you claim it. Owning your power isn't only about the accolades or the accomplishments. It's about who you become in the process. It's about shedding fear, letting go of guilt, and stepping into your truth boldly, unapologetically. Your power doesn't exist somewhere out there. It's not something you earn through validation or applause. It's already inside you, quietly waiting to be activated. The real question is, are you ready to fully own it? Let's talk about peace. When was the last time you felt genuinely at peace? Not just a fleeting calm, not just a quiet moment, but truly soul, deep peace. If you had to think too long, it's been too long. Peace isn't something that arrives once life calms down or people finally get it right. Peace is a decision. It's a priority. It's something you protect even when it's inconvenient. If you don't put your peace first, no one else will. Peace isn't passive. It's powerful. It's your sanctuary, your shield, your superpower. Protecting your peace is never selfish. It's not weakness. It's not avoidance. It's one of the most courageous things you can do. Setting boundaries is a vital part of that process. Let's be honest, we all talk about boundaries, but how many of us actually stick to them? Boundaries aren't about pushing people away. They're about preserving your energy and your spirit. When you set a boundary, you are saying, I matter. My time matters. My energy is valuable. You don't owe anyone long explanations or apologies for the lines you draw. If someone can't honor your boundaries, that says everything about them and nothing about you. Smart women don't fear saying no. They understand that every no to something that drains them is a yes to something that fuels them. Saying no isn't rejection. It's protection. It's clarity. It's self-respect. And once you start honoring your boundaries consistently, you'll find that your peace is no longer negotiable. It becomes sacred. Let go of what no longer serves you. This might be the most challenging lesson of all. So many of us are carrying things, resentments, fears, toxic people, outdated beliefs that were never ours to keep. Ask yourself this: does this bring me peace? Does it help me grow? Does it bring me joy? If the answer is no, it's time to release it. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means creating space. Space for new energy, new people, new purpose, and silence. It's not empty. It's full of wisdom. Take time to be still, to breathe, to listen to the whispers of your own soul. Because in that silence, you'll hear the answers you've been looking for. You'll find clarity, direction, and peace. And remember, peace is not a one-time decision. It's a daily practice. You don't just choose peace once and then coast. You practice it. You fight for it. In the small moments. Before you hit send on that email. When you step away from that argument. When you cancel plans that don't align with your energy. Peace is a choice. Every single day. Smart women honor that choice. They protect their mental, emotional, and spiritual space like it's sacred, because it is. Your peace is not a luxury. It's your foundation. And when you're grounded in peace, you become unstoppable. Keep learning. Let me say it clearly, you are never done. It doesn't matter how successful you are, how many degrees you've earned, or how long you've been on your journey. There is always something new to discover. The moment you stop learning is the moment you start stagnating. And we are not here to stay stuck. We are here to evolve, to transform, and to keep becoming. Stay curious. Remember what it felt like as a child when the world was full of questions. When you looked at the sky and wondered why it was blue. That curiosity, that spark, it's still inside you. Don't let the routines of adulthood dim it. Ask questions. Be curious. Smart women know there's something to learn in every moment, every interaction, every experience. And not every lesson is wrapped in comfort. Sometimes the most powerful growth comes through heartbreak, failure, and uncertainty. But those experiences, they're teachers. And teachers aren't always standing at a chalkboard. They're your friends, your critics, even your mistakes. Learn from all of it. Be a lifelong student. Take the class. Read the book. Try the skill. Chase the dream. Because the more you learn, the more empowered you become. Not just intellectually, but emotionally and spiritually too. The smartest women I know never stop growing. They stay open, curious, and committed to their evolution. Because being smart isn't just about knowing, it's about growing. And growth never ends. It's never too late to begin, and it's never too late to grow. Knowledge is liberation. Ladies, let me share something with you. Knowledge is power, and power gives you freedom. The more you learn, the more opportunities you create for yourself. The more equipped you are to make informed, intentional choices that align with your purpose, your vision, and your dreams. Knowledge gives you leverage. It expands your reality and opens doors you didn't even know existed. It prepares you to step confidently and gracefully into any space, knowing you've earned your place because you've invested in yourself. Learning transforms you. Don't resist change. Welcome it. Learning isn't always comfortable. It challenges your assumptions, forces you outside your comfort zone, and urges you to grow. But isn't that what evolution is all about? Smart women don't run from change. They lean into it. They understand that every new idea, every new experience, every piece of information has the power to realign them with their highest selves. So, stay curious. Stay teachable. Stay open. Keep asking questions. Keep exploring. Because when you make a commitment to continuous learning, you're not just gaining knowledge, you're increasing your capacity to truly live. Keep learning, because the next version of yourself, the one who's even wiser, more grounded, and more powerful, is just one insight away. Let me tell you something every accomplished woman understands deeply: we are not here to climb alone. As you elevate, as you push past barriers, as you realize your dreams and make your way to the top, your purpose expands. It's no longer just about your success. It becomes about legacy, about impact. It's about reaching back and pulling another woman forward. Because real success is not measured solely by what you accomplish, but by what you give away along the way. Helping others rise doesn't slow you down. It gives your success meaning. Success was never meant to be a solitary achievement. The journey becomes richer, more impactful when you take others with you. You have the opportunity, the responsibility, to be the one who opens doors for others, who shows what's possible by extending a hand. Smart women understand that lifting someone else doesn't diminish their light. It magnifies it. There is space for all of us to shine. We need to stop believing in the myth of scarcity, the lie that says only a few can win. The world is full of opportunity. There's enough room at the table for all of us. And when you don't see a seat for yourself or for someone else, don't wait. Build a bigger table. Make room. Invite others in. Create a culture of abundance, of inclusion, of unity. Sharing your success doesn't take anything away from you. It multiplies your impact. Be that woman. Be the one who mentors the next generation. Share your knowledge. Offer your support. Let others know it's possible because you've been there and you made it. Be a light on the path for someone just starting her journey. Celebrate each other wholeheartedly. Let's talk about something vital: genuine celebration. How often do we truly celebrate one another without comparison or envy? Smart women celebrate other women out loud and without hesitation. They clap for each other. They say, "You're doing amazing." And they mean it. Because when one of us succeeds, it uplifts all of us. Your victory is my motivation. Your breakthrough is my encouragement. We are stronger when we uplift one another. Creating that energy of celebration fuels us collectively and builds a world where women thrive. Sometimes, lifting others means connecting them to the right people or resources. Sometimes it's about sharing your stage or offering your platform. Be someone who opens doors, who bridges gaps, who makes room where there once was none. Maybe it's recommending someone for a role. Maybe it's sharing insight they need to grow. Whatever it is, don't keep your influence to yourself. Smart women use their power to empower others. They recognize that their position is a privilege, and they use that privilege to create more opportunities for others. We are stronger when we stand together. There is unmatched power in collective support. When women unite, uplift, and advocate for one another, we become a force. Supporting others on their journey doesn't weaken yours, it strengthens it. Lifting as you climb creates a ripple effect, a legacy that outlasts any individual achievement. As you rise, don't forget to look around. Don't forget to extend your heart, your hand, your resources. Because in the end, the real measure of success isn't how far you've gone. It's how many others you've brought with you. Let's talk about failure. What would you go after if you weren't afraid to fail? Really think about that. How many dreams have you held back because fear whispered, "What if you fall?" How many moments have passed because you were waiting for certainty before you leaped? Here's what I've come to understand: failure is not your end. It's your turning point. It's not your shame. It's your stepping stone. Failure isn't here to humiliate you. It's here to educate you. Each time you fall, stumble, or falter, There's a powerful lesson waiting to be uncovered. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the journey to it. It's the part that strengthens you, that teaches resilience, and that molds your character. Smart women have learned to embrace failure not as a stop sign, but as a detour towards something greater. Every misstep, every rejection, every fall has the potential to refine you, to sharpen your instincts, and to deepen your strength. And the most important part, you survived. You're still standing, which means you're stronger than you think, braver than you believe. Let's redefine failure. It's not a verdict. It's a badge of effort. It means you tried. You stepped out. You had the courage to pursue something meaningful. That in itself is victory. Failure is not a reflection of your worth. It's evidence of your boldness. So stop asking, what if I fail? And start asking, what can I learn from this? Shift your mindset. Grow through what you go through. Smart women fail forward, not backward. They understand that failure is a signal they're in motion, that they're daring, that they're growing. They don't get stuck. They pivot. Maybe your business didn't succeed. Maybe your relationship ended. Maybe you didn't land the role. That doesn't mean you're done. It means your journey is redirecting you toward something more aligned, something richer, something stronger. Perfection is the enemy of progress. How often have you hesitated because you were waiting for things to be perfect? For the timing, the plan, or even yourself. Perfection is a myth. It's a prison. Smart women know progress will always outweigh perfection. You get better by trying, failing, and trying again. That's how growth happens. Failure breeds resilience. Each time you rise after a fall, you become more powerful. Resilience is like a muscle. You build it through resistance. And with time, the things that used to rattle you lose their grip. You gain strength not just in outcomes, but in your ability to navigate through storms. The most inspiring women we know, they've all failed repeatedly. Oprah was let go from her first job. J.K. Rowling was rejected over and over. But they kept going because they understood failure is not the finale. It's the forge that shapes greatness. Failure shows you what you're made of. It pulls out the grit, the courage, the clarity. It reveals the core of who you are and helps you become the woman you're meant to be. So, when you hit a wall, don't crumble. Rise. Ask yourself what this moment is trying to teach you. Ask what strengths it's calling you to develop. Because smart women don't fear failure. They honor it. They learn from it. They become more of themselves because of it. Now let's talk about intuition. Your gut, your instinct, is your internal compass. It's that quiet voice, the subtle knowing, the unshakable feeling that whispers truth before your brain has caught up. It's the sense you get in your bones when something feels off or incredibly right. And it's more powerful than logic alone. Smart women trust that voice. They've learned that even when the facts aren't all there, even when they can't fully explain it, that deep inner knowing is rarely wrong. It's your wisdom, your inner guide. Listening to your gut takes courage. Sometimes it'll tell you to walk away when everything on paper looks perfect. Sometimes it will nudge you to leap when nothing feels ready. That's because your intuition is tuned into something deeper. Your alignment, your purpose, your truth. When you start honoring it, you stop outsourcing your decisions to others. You stop needing constant validation. You begin making choices that reflect who you really are, not who the world expects you to be. Your intuition will lead you home to yourself. So the next time your intuition speaks, listen. Don't silence it. Don't doubt it. Don't ask for a second opinion before honoring it. That quiet voice inside of you, it knows the way. And smart women, they follow it without hesitation. Your intuition is a gift, a guide, a whisper from your higher self saying, this is the way. Stop doubting what you already know. Think about how many times you've felt that inner pull, that little voice nudging you, and yet you ignored it. Maybe you told yourself it wasn't logical. Maybe you convinced yourself it wasn't the right time. Or maybe someone else's opinion drowned out your own. And later, you look back and thought, I knew it. I should have trusted myself. Ladies, let me remind you, your gut doesn't lie. It's not something to second guess. It's something to honor and follow. Because trusting your intuition means trusting yourself. Your intuition is wisdom in disguise. Some will say intuition is just a feeling, but the truth is, it's deeper than that. It's wisdom. It's the accumulated knowledge from every experience, every moment of joy, every lesson learned through pain. Your gut holds that truth. It's where your past and present meet, and it guides you with that wisdom. When you listen to it, you're not guessing. You're tapping into something sacred, something incredibly profound. You're listening to your soul's compass, and when you do that, you are walking in alignment with your truth. Let me be honest, the world will try to drown out that voice. It will flood you with opinions, expectations, distractions, and noise. People will challenge your inner knowing. They'll say, that doesn't make sense. Or, are you sure? But the truth is, your intuition isn't about logic or what fits someone else's narrative. It's about what feels right deep inside you. Smart women know how to block out the distractions. They know how to listen to that quiet, confident voice that says, this is your path. Because your intuition doesn't shout. It whispers with certainty. But here's the thing. Your gut only speaks when there's space for it to be heard. And if you're constantly rushing, always moving, always busy, you'll miss it. Listening to your intuition requires stillness. It asks you to pause, to breathe, to make room for silence. In that stillness, the noise fades and your inner voice grows stronger. That's when your feelings become clear. That's when your truth surfaces. Smart women intentionally create those quiet moments. Moments to reconnect, to reflect, and to listen. And when their intuition speaks, they trust it without hesitation. You don't need all the answers to follow your gut. Let me set you free from something. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't need to justify your feelings or prove your instincts to anyone. I just know is enough. Your gut doesn't come with receipts or evidence, but it comes with truth. And smart women honor that. They follow their intuition even when the path isn't fully mapped out. because they know the road will become clearer with every step. The answers don't come first, the trust does. And trust begins with believing in yourself. Your intuition isn't just a guide, it's protection. It's the instinct that warns you when something doesn't feel right, even when everything looks fine on the surface. It steers you away from danger toward peace, toward purpose. That voice inside, it's your guardian, it's your navigator. Your gut is your greatest superpower, and the more you trust it, the more powerful it becomes. Smart women don't just listen to their gut, they rely on it. They use it to make decisions that align with their soul and protect their energy. Now let me be clear, fear will sometimes try to masquerade as intuition. But there's a difference. Fear is loud, anxious, and urgent. Intuition is calm, steady, and sure. Smart women learn to distinguish the two. They know that fear screams, run, while intuition whispers, listen. Fear clouds your vision, but intuition brings clarity. Intuition is a nudge, not a shove. It's a sense of peace, even when it leads to change. And when you learn to hear the difference, you begin to move through life with more confidence, ease, and wisdom. Trusting is about self-trust. It's a deep belief that you already have what you need inside of you. You don't need to consult the world for every choice. You already carry the truth. So next time your intuition nudges you, don't silence it. Don't second guess it. Honor it. Because it's not just your instinct. It's your power, your clarity, and your truth speaking to you. Let's talk about something many of us forget. Celebrating ourselves. When was the last time you truly celebrated you? Not for helping someone else, not for finishing a task, but for simply being the incredible one of a kind woman that you are. Too many of us are waiting for the perfect moment. Waiting until we've achieved more. Waiting until we feel like we've done enough. But let me tell you, right now, just as you are already worthy of celebration. No conditions, no prerequisites. Just you being you is enough. Stop waiting for permission. Society doesn't always make it easy for women to honor themselves. We're taught to downplay our talents, to avoid looking too proud, to focus on everyone else first. But you don't need approval to recognize your own brilliance. You don't have to wait for someone to acknowledge your magic. Because here's the truth. If you don't celebrate yourself, who will? Smart women know that celebrating themselves isn't vanity, it's love, it's self-respect, and it's the foundation for everything else in life. Celebrate every win, no matter how small. We're quick to cheer on others, but dismiss our own victories. How many times have you said, "It's not a big deal," when it actually was? Every step forward deserves to be seen. Did you show up when you didn't feel like it? That's a win. Did you speak your truth? That's a win. Did you take one small action toward your dream? That's a win. Smart women don't wait for grand moments. They understand that growth happens in the everyday, and they honor it. Take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. Think about who you were 5 years ago, what she went through, what she overcame. Think about the tears she cried, the strength she found, and the battles she fought quietly. And now, look at who you are today. You've survived storms you thought would break you. You've grown in ways you never imagined. That alone is worth celebrating. You're not just surviving, you're thriving, and that deserves recognition. Create your own celebration rituals. Make it something special. Maybe you light a candle and reflect. Maybe you treat yourself to something joyful. Maybe you put on music and dance like no one's watching. It doesn't have to be elaborate. It just has to remind you of your worth. Smart women know that celebrating themselves is a form of self-care. It's a way of saying, I see me, I appreciate me, I'm proud of me. And that energy ripples outward, inspiring every woman around you. Stop dimming your light. Too often, we shrink so others feel more comfortable. We downplay our wins to avoid looking boastful. But here's what I want you to remember. You are allowed to shine. You're allowed to be proud. You're allowed to stand tall in your excellence. When you celebrate yourself, you give others permission to do the same. You create a world where women don't have to hide their brilliance. They can live it boldly, freely, and unapologetically. Celebrate the journey, not just the results. Life isn't just about accomplishments. It's about the process, the messy middle, the lessons you learn along the way. Smart women celebrate not just the end goal, but every hard-earned step, every time they kept going, every time they didn't give up. The journey matters. It's where the growth lives. It's where your story takes shape. So don't wait until the finish line. Start celebrating today. You are the occasion. Let's be clear. You don't need a birthday, a promotion, or a milestone to celebrate. You are the reason. You are the magic. So start treating yourself like it. When you celebrate yourself, you send a message to the world, I am enough. I am worthy. I am powerful. And when you do that, you not only uplift yourself, you uplift others. You become a mirror that reflects what's possible. Because every time a woman honors her wins, her growth, her spirit, she gives the women around her permission to do the same. So throw your arms up. Raise your glass. Take a bow. Because you, my dear, are worth every moment of celebration. Today, tomorrow, and always.